So you're thinking about moving to Snoqualmie. Well, stick around. In this video, we're gonna go through all the pros and the cons of actually living in Snoqualmie. So if you're looking to learn more about this, stick around. We're gonna get after it right now. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know all there is to know about eating, sleeping, playing, and living in King County or places like Snoqualmie, like we're talking about today, hit the subscribe button, tap the bell for notifications. That way you can be the first to be notified when we have a new video out on Snoqualmie or one of our other favorite cities. I'm Brad Decater with the Decater Home Team, and we get calls, texts, and emails from people just like you every day who are making their move to King County, and we absolutely love it. There's information down below, so you can feel free to text, email, DM, or hop on a Zoom call with us. We would love to help you make a smooth move to Snoqualmie, Washington. So today, we're gonna be getting into the pros and cons video of living in Snoqualmie. All right, so let's get right into it. The first pro I have is gonna be the nature and the things to do. Snoqualmie is an absolutely beautiful area. So if you've never been there, hopefully this video will show you how amazing it is. You can also check out our vlog tours and other videos that show you a little bit more than me just sitting at the desk. So we have awesome golf courses. There's gonna be Snoqualmie Ridge Golf Course, which is a private club. It's an amazing course. I'm actually a member there. It's a beautiful area. It's on the ridge, so there's tons of really great views throughout the entire course. Well manicured, just an awesome course. There's also Mount Si, which is going to be a public course, a little bit less, I guess luxury, but still a great course. They have it in great condition, so we love playing Mount Si as well. There's going to be tons of trails and biking, lots of hikes as well. You do have to go a little bit out of Snoqualmie to get to some of the really great hikes, like North Bend Rattlesnake Lake is a really good one, but lots of hikes and activities and things like that to do. There's also tons of parks and things to take your kids to. So there's going to be the iconic Dirtfish. It's actually in a really popular movie back in the day. People come from all over to actually check that out. So that's going to be your raceway and tracks and stuff like that. So that's super cool. There's also just a lot of parks. Downtown Snoqualmie, not quite as much, but Snoqualmie Ridge has a few different really big parks with lots of baseball, soccer fields, actual playground parks. So just there's lots to do, and the nature is amazing. I mean, if you're driving up the ridge and you get to the top, the views they have up there are really quite astounding. And then you have Old Town Snoqualmie, which just has amazing nature as well. There's going to be the river. The river is pretty big, and it goes through Snoqualmie Valley. There's a brewery, Snoqualmie Brew, which is going to be right on the river. So the nature and just the surroundings are just beautiful. One of the best places that I think we have here as far as just the nature and like just what your eye sees when you're down in Snoqualmie. It's really an amazing spot to be as far as the nature goes. And the best part of all, and the biggest draw to Snoqualmie as far as the nature side of things, is Snoqualmie Falls. Just an absolutely gorgeous natural feature that you can go see for free if you want to go there without going to the restaurant or the gift shop or anything. But they have two different little standing ledges where you can see an amazing view of the falls. You can also hike down and get there. We'll show you some footage right now. But Snoqualmie Falls, people come from all over the country to see this amazing natural waterfall. And Snoqualmie Falls is just an amazing spot. Also the lodge there, if you haven't had a chance to have dinner there or actually stay there. I actually got married there, so love Snoqualmie Falls, and definitely the highlight of the pro number one, which is the nature and general beauty of the area. All right, so my first con is gonna be the traffic. Specifically, I'm talking about Snoqualmie Ridge. So we get into it later with the real estate side, but there's three different parts of Snoqualmie, but Snoqualmie Ridge is right off Highway 18 and where I-90 and them meet. And it's only the one way in if you're coming to that side, if you're gonna go to 90. There is a backside to 202, which is probably a little better, but if you're someone who's going to Bellevue or Issaquah, you're gonna probably wanna go to 90. And if you're doing that in rush hour, so leaving work time, 8 o'clock in the morning type thing, or coming back at 4 or 5, even 6, it's definitely getting pretty backed up around that exit, because everyone that's on the ridge is going to have to take that exit to go in and to go out. So traffic gets pretty bad just leaving it. So it's not that bad just like in the downtown at all, or even on the ridge. There's not really traffic in the town. It's just to get on the freeway, but it does get massively backed up on those 2 times a day for commuters leaving work and leaving to go to work and coming home from work. So Highway 18 and the I-90 there, that interchange, pretty bad for traffic. So that's my con number one. All right, pro number 2 is gonna be the school district. Snoqualmie schools are amazing. There's lots of really great elementary schools, good middle schools, and then they have the massive, newly remodeled Mount Si High School. Really, really top-rated school in the whole area. Great athletics, great academics. Like I said, fully remodeled, so their facility is honestly astounding. It's amazing. Their baseball fields, their football fields, their classrooms, their gym, their workout room, all that stuff is really top-notch, and it just has a modern feel to it. They did a massive remodel a few years back. So very, very highly rated high school. But just in general, if you're someone who's coming from a different area, either out of state or in Seattle or somewhere else, and you're looking to get your kids in a good school district, you really can't go wrong with Snoqualmie School District. Whether you're in any of the different parts of Snoqualmie, they're all gonna feed to Mount Si High School. Obviously, they have different elementaries and middle schools between them, but they're all very, very strong. So you really can't go wrong in this whole general area in the Snoqualmie Valley for Snoqualmie school districts. All right, my con number 2 is gonna be entertainment. So this is definitely a small town. Even though there's a few different segments of it, it is a small town. Downtown Snoqualmie doesn't have a ton to do. I mean, there's the nature stuff, all that stuff, but what I'm speaking about is like a night on the town, catching a show, sporting events, stuff like that. Obviously, you know, the Mariners aren't playing in Snoqualmie. So for anything like that, you're gonna have to drive to Seattle, big concerts, things like that. So yeah, they're not gonna have a lot of the entertainment side of things. They do have shopping centers on the ridge and downtown. There's some places you can go to the market to, you know, get your groceries and things like that. But if you're gonna be going on a really nice, expensive dinner, and then maybe catch a show afterwards or a concert or a game, that's not gonna be in Snoqualmie. You're gonna be commuting somewhere to have your night on the town. All right, pro number 3, and my favorite, is gonna be the real estate. And the reason I have this as a pro is because there's a lot of variety in Snoqualmie, more than in most cities, because there's gonna be Snoqualmie Ridge. So Snoqualmie Ridge is a master plan development community, and so there's thousands of houses. I think there's about 3,500 houses and or condos and townhomes. So there's that one row that goes up and down the entire ridge, and it's just filled with these houses, tons of awesome parks. So that is a great community in itself, and there's obviously little subdivisions and communities within that, but that's like what I'm considering one segment of Snoqualmie, and it's a really great one. So really family oriented, huge sidewalks on the entire main drag, sidewalks on all your neighborhoods for the most part. The parks they have there are amazing with the baseball, soccer fields, and playgrounds. They have a skate park there. So that part's amazing, and also it's different, a lot different than Snoqualmie downtown and the outskirts, because it's newer construction. Not super new. These were started developing in typically after 2000. There is homes in there that have just been built in the last like 5-10 years as well, but it's just in general a little bit newer feel than the other sections that I'll go over next. So the other one is going to be Snoqualmie downtown, Snoqualmie proper. This is such a cool area, but the real estate changes significantly. What you're getting on the ridge, Snoqualmie Ridge, is not going to be what you're getting in downtown Snoqualmie. So these ones are going to be definitely older style homes. There's lots of houses that are very, very old. They have the main drag there with their old commercial buildings, and it's just a really, really cool historic spot with train tracks and all that kind of stuff. So it's a really awesome vibe down there in downtown Snoqualmie. Houses are going to be a little bit older. They'll have probably a little bit bigger lots than most of Snoqualmie Ridge houses, but not massive lots. For the most part, in the actual downtown, it's mostly smaller houses. Some of them are on stilts because they have the river right down there. And then the third one is going to be like kind of the outskirts of both of those. And so then in Snoqualmie, it goes pretty far down the valley. You can get some serious acreage and more, I mean, I don't want to say mansions, but estate type properties where you're going to have, you're on the river, or you have 3 to 5 acres, kind of inland a little bit. And those properties are super amazing. So if you're looking for real estate in Snoqualmie, you can probably find something you're looking for. If you're going there because you like the town feel in general, and maybe your price point's kind of middle, then downtown Snoqualmie is going to be great for you. If you're raising a family, you love the golf, Snoqualmie Ridge is great. Or if you have a little bit more buying power and you can afford the bigger estate type property and get yourself 5 acres, the outskirts is going to be a really great spot for you as well. So it really has everything you need. All 3 of them are still going to have the same benefits as far as the school districts and things like that and things to do. It's not a very big town, so you're still going to get all the benefits from each of these sections, but you get a very different real estate as far as the house actually goes in these different segments of Snoqualmie. All right, my last con is going to be the weather. So this is mostly for out-of-staters. If you see my other videos, I say this most of the time, but it's true. If you're coming from Texas, Arizona, Florida, something like that, this weather is going to shock you. It's going to be a little bit different than what you're used to. So weather around here, we get a lot of rain. So from the winter, October to March or so, it's pretty darn rainy, and I specifically have this as a con on Snoqualmie because Snoqualmie is probably worse than the rest of these areas in King County. You know, Seattle gets tons of rain too, but when you come over here and you get closer to the mountains, it's actually pretty bad over there. So Snoqualmie Ridge is super windy. Like I said, it's kind of on the top of the hill. It gets extremely windy. It does rain a lot. Downtown Snoqualmie rains a lot. And then in addition to just the general weather, you have the Snoqualmie River, which has had flooding at some point. So if you're down in the flood zone down there, you will have to have extra insurance. That's definitely a con. And you have the risk of, you know, obviously getting flooded, but you do have the insurance, so everything will be taken care of. But if you're in that 100-year flood zone, you'll be required to get the insurance, and definitely well worth it. There hasn't been one for a long time, but it is possible that could happen again. So also makes the con list in addition to just weather in general. There's that river there, and this is in a flood zone, the floodplain down in downtown Snoqualmie, but not the whole thing, just really close to the river. We'll put up a map here to show you the flood zone. So that's what I got for pros and cons. This was a pretty quick video for you guys. I do love Snoqualmie. I love being a member at the golf course. Snoqualmie Ridge is such a beautiful area. Snoqualmie downtown, also a beautiful area, but it's just got the really historic vibe down there. So cool history, and then also just the nature. Like I said before, anywhere you're at in Snoqualmie, when you're looking around, it's just gonna be mesmerizing. Honestly, you see the mountainside, you see all the mountains, the landscape, you got the river, you got amazing views. So just a beautiful area. So if you're still interested in more things about Snoqualmie, check out these other videos. We got some vlog tours so you can see a little bit more of the area, map tours to show you a little bit more about, you know, the location. And if you're interested and you're still kind of considering which city is best for you, we have playlists of each different city that we love to serve here in the east side of King County. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.